Howdy.
Hello, hello.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
How did bowling go? Who won?
It depends when. We've gone bowling the last couple weeks. So we went like 2 weeks ago. For
Was it
it was just random.
was it Candlepin still, or
Yeah.
did you go
yeah.
like
No, no. I've never done actual.
you
big
never
bowl.
done real?
Mm-mm.
No. Oh, it's a lot more fun.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think I'd be good at it. I think there's too much weight going on there. But we went. Yeah. So we went candlepin bowling, and because Cam and Joe were randomly like, "Let's go bowling. Do you guys want to go bowling?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure, why not?" And I did pretty well. So we played, I think we either played three or four games, I can't remember. And every game I had 2 Coors Lights.
Okay.
And as it progressed, I got better and better. And then we came back here and ended up recording an episode, and just it like fell apart. I ended up calling Maddie's sister, and
Is that the one when you had the hiccups?
yeah,
I watched part of that.
it was a mess. It was a bad choice.
What was the final count?
So total, like, individual games, I never
Oh
won.
no, the hiccups.
Oh, I don't know. I definitely missed some. There were like 13, actually no, I think it was like 20 something.
Oh boy.
It was a lot, yeah.
Yeah.
But game wise, individual games, like, I never won. I was always second, but it's because, like, you know how I am. Like, in any competition like that, I take more pride in talking shit through it.
Yeah,
And I'll just, like, I won't fall apart, but I'll just get too cocky. I'll be like, watch this. And huck it, no look.
Yeah.
And when it hits, it goes really, like, it amplifies. But then when I miss, I'm just like, oh, fuck, that was a bad idea. So every single, like, game, I would have like a frame or two where it'd be like 1 to 4, and it would crush my, like, game because you gave a frame.
Yeah.
But I was always either tied with Cam and Joe, or I was, like, barely out of it. But total points for all the games counted, I did the best. I won.
Oh boy.
So
Boy, here we go. Now it sounds like Cam talking. So Cam is here in spirit now.
But so if we're talking, like, series, game to game, I didn't win. But no. Okay, so if we're going single game knockoff playoff, I didn't win. If we're going series, I won. I had all the points. And again, that was as each game went, I had more and more drinks where everyone else was sober. And total, you could probably say I blew literally a game, because you could throw out like 2 frames per game that I just, like, fucked around and got less than 3. So that's 8 frames.
Yeah.
That's an entire round.
Yeah.
I basically fucked off. So then this last weekend, as we're so then we came back here, and I was talking all my shit, and they were like, well, fine, your birthday, let's go bowling for your birthday. And I was like, fine, let's fucking do it. And then Maddie's sister and brother-in-law are in bowling leagues. He grew up, his family, running a bowling alley.
Oh boy. So they must have slayed.
So he's very good. So when we called, we're talking shit, and then we're like, all right, let's go, come. So yesterday we went bowling, and I was like, still gonna do the same move. I was like, all right, 2 drinks per game, I'll kill it.
Well, I was
played.
gonna say, it's one of those things. It's kind of like if you
It's
start bad at golf, and then you get a few beers on you, and you start actually doing well.
Yeah.
It's kind of one of those things.
Well, so that was always my thing, is like, I'm gonna start slow. So as soon as I start not doing well, Joe jumped in and was like, "Whew, not doing well, huh?" And I was like, "Dude, chill. Like, I start slow. I come back. I'm the comeback kid." Because, like, when we played the other night, like, that's what happened. I was so far deep, and I was like, I'm about to come back. Like, don't y'all let me come back. And like, when I get that, like, I start to feed, and I get hot. And I remember turning and being like, watch this shit. And I fucking hit it. And then I turned to them, and both of them just look at the ground and are like, oh. Because they're like, oh, fuck, like, he actually just put himself in this game. And I was like, don't let me come back. Like, that whole shit. So I was like, all right, that's going to happen. Like, I'm going to turn on. I just got to get there. Yeah. But it was like, but there were so many people. So there were.
So how many ended up showing up?
We ended up having 2 lanes because it's only 6 total.
Right.
So I think there was 4 of us on one, but 5 on the other lane.
Okay.
So, but it just ended up like, it took longer to get to your turn. But then also with the, like, obviously since there's 2 screens, like they're 2 kind of different games, but obviously you're competing with everybody. So all of a sudden, like, me and Cameron started, but then me and him never went again at the same time because also ours was quicker.
Yeah.
So like all of a sudden I was bowling every time I went up was like with Mom because Mom was like one of the last ones. So we ended up just looping past them so quick.
Yeah.
And Mom like wasn't good at all. So there's no like competition for it. And I wasn't like zoned in. There was just too much. So I played terrible. And then Mom, Dad, and Rachel left. So it was just me, Maddie, Cam, Joe, her sister Taylor, and Chris, her husband. So then we were like, all right, let's go. This is what we'll do. So it was multi-teams. It was Spinnies, me and Cam, versus Frarys, Maddie and her sister, and then the others, Joe and Chris.
Yep.
But then it was also boys versus girls, and then couples also. So there's a bunch of different moving parts. So like that was part of the fun of like you don't know who you want to like root for if someone does good. The only people who weren't aligned at all was me, Joe, and her sister Taylor.
Okay.
So that was like where a lot of shit talk was going. But her sister ended up having the best game she's ever had. She had like a 97.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. She like literally was like, this is crazy.
That's bananas.
Yeah. She insanely did good. And I never like, it was the same thing because also games took longer. So I was drinking more. So then like when I would go up, every time I'd go up the week before, she kind of figured out who I was. And then this last week, she like didn't even ID. She wasn't like, what do you want? She just knew.
Yeah.
And then the like week before, she was like, I didn't know you were going to keep coming up. I would have just left a tab open for you. Like that probably made it so much harder on you. And then like towards the end of the night, I was like, she was like trying to clean up stuff. And I was like, oh, can I get like one more? I was like, we're like halfway through the game and I'm just going to get one more.
Yeah.
And she's like, no, go. Yeah, that's fine. Like, I'm just getting ahead of cleaning. Yeah. I was like, okay. And she was like, whew. She was like, you guys have almost gone through an entire case. Because it was me and Cameron. Me and Cameron were both like, Cameron wanted to do like 2 per game too. But obviously he fell behind. Yeah. Because your dude lives on the mountains. I am the mountain man. The mountains are always blue where I am. So, yeah, I was just rifling through it. And it looked crazy because, like, you remember the bowling alley. So it's like we were in the far side. We were in the corner, too, so it's sweet.
Yeah.
And it's, like, the top deck and then the lower deck change shoes and then, like, the actual alley seating and all that. Yeah. So Cameron had like dropped some of the empty bottles. They didn't break or anything, but we were like, oh fuck. So we started putting them at the very top counter.
Yeah, yeah.
And it literally looked like an entire case. And Cameron was like, I was kind of embarrassed, so I started throwing some away when he would go to get one. It looked aggressive. And then like his ex, Cameron also played super bad too, because like we were halfway into a game and then all of a sudden one of his ex-girlfriends like uncles and cousins showed up and were the lane right next to us. Yeah, so that was my other problem is like I wasn't zoned in to talk shit at us because all of a sudden that dude pissed me off. One of the uncles like talked shit at Cam. So I was
he talked shit?
He didn't like talk shit. He was just like, Cam went to the bar to get a drink and one of the kids we did dance with was in there. So the guy was like,
you guys ran into a bunch of.
Yeah. So the kid I had done dance with, he was like, when Cam got a drink, he was like, damn, dude, do you remember me? He's like, I can't even believe you're this old. And he goes, yeah, no, I remember you. Cameron didn't remember him. I had to remind him when we got there. But so he was like trying to save face, and he was like, no.
I mean, what are you going to say?
Yeah. He was like, no, I remember you. You're good. And he was like, damn, dude, like, I remember how. And then the uncle turned and he had said something out loud, and Cam was like, "Oh, you talking to me or whatever?" And the uncle somehow chimed in and was just like, "Oh no, I know him. We have a bigger connection than he knows." And Cam was like, "No, I know who you are. You're blank's uncle." And he was like, "Yeah." And he goes, "Oh, well, good for you. Like, I hope the family's doing well." And like the guy was like, trying to like do a puff chest out thing of being like,
he sounds like he was being a douchebag.
Yeah. And, well, I think he was also kind of drunk, but so Cam was like, "No, I remember. No, you're good. Yeah, I hope everyone's doing well." Like, was just being cool about it. But of course, like, I'm halfway up Mount Everest right now, so I'm like, "The fuck he said?"
I was gonna say you probably walked right over there, huh?
Yeah, I didn't
injected yourself into the situation.
I didn't know it happened, so like right away when I turned, I was like, "Fuck this dude. Fuck this dude." I was all amped up, and then at one point I was going back to the bar, and I was walking back, and he steps out in front because he's trying to like give his wife advice, so he like stepped away from the counter, so I couldn't get by. So I'm just standing there looking at him like dead in the side of the head, and I'm like, for real? And he like did it for a minute, and I'm like, "Dude, fucking for real." And then there's a guy who's with them on the other side, and he's looking at me, and he's like, I'm sorry.
Oh.
And then he like finally moved. Dude didn't say a word, and I like kind of walked by, looking at him, and the other guy was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, dude. Hope you have a good night." And like trying to be nice and make sure. Yeah. And I was like, "No, you too, thanks." But I was just like, "Dude, what the fuck? The fuck you think you are?" So yeah, it was. But I played pretty bad.
I mean, as long as you guys had a good time.
Yeah,
I've been bowling in a minute, but I got to tell you, I mean,
it is a blast.
No, it absolutely
is tons of fun.
It's really underrated, but definitely try doing real bowling.
Yeah.
It's more fun to me.
Yeah. The only place that's close though, I think, is like in Manchester. So it's
I thought Boutwell's did regular bowling.
I don't think so.
No,
I could be wrong, but I've never seen.
I think you're wrong because
I don't think so. I've never seen real.
Because
like the pins are even different, and I know they don't. I've never seen the actual pins.
I don't know. Maybe they set it up for certain days because I mean that place has been around for a million years.
It's been a long time, and they don't look any different, which is insane.
Yeah, it's still the bar is in that corner, and they have that little arcade on the
rug. Everything's the same. Nothing's been updated. Yeah. Did you know Regal in Concord's closing?
I mean, that's been closing for like ever.
But February they're done. They're shutting doors.
I mean, I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised.
Yep. And I remember, so like the Patch I think posted it, and one of the guys I work with is really into movies too, so we talk movies all the time, and he was like, "Yo, you hear Regal's closing?" Because like everyone knows I used to work there. And he was like, "Dude," and I was like, "Oh my god, like that's so sad." Like it's a big memory because like that was
I've seen so many movies there.
Yeah, and just like working there, like there's so many memories, and just like I don't ever go there because it sucks. Seating sucks. Yeah. Our chairs were terrible.
I mean, back in the day when it was still newish, when I was a kid, it was the place.
It became worse once the Hooks It one updated their luxury seating.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. When
recliners and all that. Yeah.
IMAX and all that.
Yeah. So it's like then I remember when I worked at Concord, that's right when they finished it. So anytime someone came to Concord, they were like, "Yo, when you guys gonna upgrade it? Like, Hooks It." And I literally remember being told by managers to say, "We're working on it. It'll be soon."
Yeah, sure.
And they were genuinely like, "We're not doing it," but tell people that way they don't. We stop hearing about it. And I was like, "Okay."
Of course, makes total sense.
Yeah.
What are you looking for?
I forgot to turn my helmet on.
What did you have to compete with?
No, I bought that for Cameron. That was my gift to Cameron.
That was?
No, that.
Oh,
that helmet. But when I got it, of course, I wanted like my own helmet.
That's what I was getting at is like I got to compete with that.
So, and my thing was I ordered them both the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, all right, whichever one comes first, I'll give to Cameron. That one came a week and a half before Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
That one came on my birthday.
Oh, Jesus
Christ. Their factory, or like whoever, their shop that makes it got COVID. So then they messaged me and were like, "Hey, our entire place got COVID. Like, I'm so sorry. It's still coming, just so you know." And then like it ended up getting like delayed shipping or whatever. So it like barely, yeah. So I was like, fuck. But it was kind of cool. My gift to myself came on my birthday.
Hey.
So I was like, all right, cool.
That's a good omen.
Yeah.
So you can actually wear that, right?
You can wear it. I haven't. But Cameron, I think that one's much better, like quality, like it feels better. That one's like very, you can feel it, like it's kind of just plasticky.
Yeah.
And it like just intense, like, because I mean, as soon as it finished, they fucking shipped that thing out because it was late.
Yeah.
So it just reeks of spray paint.
They were probably they were rushing the hell out.
Yeah. But like visually, it's sick. But like if you feel it, you're like,
it looks sweet.
Yeah.
But yeah, that does look pretty plasticky.
Yeah. But that one's like real nice quality, but the lights light up.
Trust me, I'm not putting that thing on.
No, I'm not either. I took it out of the box. I was like, whoa. But yeah, I don't know. It's turning out good. I finally figured out how to put my Scream mask up.
Your ghost face mask.
Yeah, my ghost face. Yeah, dude.
So I saw when we got started here, you got your ghost face jersey on.
Yeah.
And I noticed you had something.
Yeah. Have you watched? So the new Scream movie comes out. I can't remember now. Fuck.
Probably in the summer?
March. No, it's like March.
In the spring.
Yeah. So it comes out, and the first trailer came out on my birthday.
Oh,
the
boy.
first trailer came out, so I was so excited, and I was like, "All right, Maddie, like, I'm not gonna watch it. We'll watch it at home, like, together for the first time." I didn't even get past 9:00. The trailer had been up for 53 minutes, and I was like, "I can't fucking help it." I saw the thumbnail, and I was like, "I'm fucking sold. I'm going. I'm watching it." I was so excited. I was like, "All right, let's go."
Did you like text her afterwards, or did you?
Oh my god!
Did you have the walk of shame when you got home?
Oh my god!
Hey, Maddie, sorry.
No, I texted her like right after. Hold on, let me find it, because it's aggressive. Okay. Yeah, at 9:48, I go. Everything's in caps. Oh, okay. Oh my fucking god. Another message. I couldn't help myself. Another message. I wanted to wait to watch the new Scream trailer with you. Another message. I couldn't wait. Oh my god, it's so fucking sick. Oh my god. And she asked when it came out, March 10th. But dude, I was literally like in tears. I was like oh my god, dude, it looks so sick. All right. Did you watch the last one?
The last Scream movie?
Yeah, the last one that just came out. Mm-mm. Oh, dude. This one will be the best.
You got to realize that Scream's your jam. It wasn't.
I know.
It wasn't something that I like the movies, but it's not like.
Yeah.
I don't have a huge heart on for them like.
Yeah, this cultivated my obsession with like slasher and just dude, it's so sick. And it's based in New York, like a whole different creepy factor. It's so sick.
Well, the original series was based in L.A., wasn't it?
No, it was like Connecticut. No.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. It was a rural spot.
Yeah, it was like Connecticut, and then the second one was a college, and then the third one was L.A., and then the fourth one was back in Connecticut, and then the fifth one was in Connecticut again.
Okay.
And this one's now the characters from the last one.
Okay.
So it's like only the girl from Friends is the only person
Courtney
who's like,
Cox?
yeah, she's the only one who's still in this. Nev Campbell isn't in it. She didn't get signed, but
she couldn't make the cut.
Yeah.
You got a problem here, guy?
Whoa.
Dude, it's vicious.
Yo, that's.
Like, this is New York, dude. Crazy. And the mountains.
Maybe turn that up just a little bit.
I had this secret. There's a darkness inside of me.
That's one of the OG's killer's kid.
It followed me here. And it's gonna keep coming for us. We share a certain history. This isn't like any other ghost face.
What is this place?
A shrine.
We've got to lure him in.
We execute him. Hello?
Let's play a game.
You know you're like the 10th guy to try this, right? It never works out for the dipshit in the mask.
Oh.
Maybe.
Yeah, I
But
saw
there's
that.
never been one like me, Gale. I'm something different.
That's why I'm gonna shoot you in the head.
You hear them cut the fucking head.
You want me. So let's finish this.
Guys?
That looks really, really good.
Yeah, how sick is that?
That's sweet. And you know what's funny? Like I said, I haven't seen the Scream stuff in a while. I was just a kid when those movies came out, and the following. I mean, they must have come out on Halloween, but I remember the Ghostface mask when those movies came out. It was everywhere. It was everywhere.
I mean, even
it's one of the coolest masks.
It's
one of the coolest masks.
It's very. You
spot
it.
It's so simplistic, but at the same time, it's like, yo.
Yeah, where I mean, every kind of like horror film now, like if they give them a mask, like they just give them something like some alternative like pants and like that one's a cloak. It's just because the original thing, I think the whole suit was supposed to be white, and then because the whole thing was supposed to be a ghost,
right?
And they were like, oh, like I don't know, we kind of wanted to like pop more, so they made it black with then the white face. And they're like, that's it.
That is it. Yeah.
It was.
I mean, if it was all white, it'd be a joke.
It would be very
nobody
jarring, especially at night. Like at night, it just it feeds into the creepy darkness of it.
Him?
No.
But no, I mean, if it was
It's
all
so
white
sweet.
costume, it wouldn't track.
Yeah.
You know?
It's so like there's a real element to it, especially like when we were growing up when it came out. Like, because I mean, obviously there's killers, but like I don't know. That was everyone has like Jason has a mask. Freddy didn't have a mask. Jason
Voorhees.
Michael Myers. Michael Myers had but even with them, like it was still like a jumpsuit. It was like a regular clothes. This is a whole outfit, and like they're the people. Like Michael Myers is still Michael Myers. Michael Myers without the mask.
Right.
There's never been a repeat person in that mask.
Right.
So it's like the mask is the thing. It's not the person underneath.
Yeah.
Which is, I don't know. It's sick.
But yeah, that
it's
looks
dope. Yeah.
And but before we watch that, I'm surprised they're pulling it out in March instead of waiting till like Halloween time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, no, you're stoked because it's like
it's sweet.
It's right around the corner.
Yeah, I was talking about it with other people at work too because we were talking about the trailer, and then Ant-Man comes out in like a couple weeks.
There's another Ant-Man coming out?
Yeah, a new one where it's like it's good, but that one's it's the same thing. Like it seems sick.
I didn't know. I haven't seen the trailer for
it. It seems sick. But like all these normally the beginning of the year is like just kind of garbage movies where it's like let's throw it out. Because
they're just filling
time.
time.
Because the end of the year is when like the big blockbusters come out.
Oh no,
so
the summertime is when the blockbusters
summer
come out.
And then like Christmas time is like heavy hitters.
Yeah.
But now like with COVID and everything pushed stuff back so much like people are like we got to put because like Avatar just like all the Marvel movies, they're like, we got this stuff, like we got to put it out so we can put the next thing out.
Yeah.
So it's like almost like I feel like the next like 2 years it's gonna be just like heavy hitters for movies in like full year because everything just has gotten pushed back.
Yeah.
Oh man.
They're just sitting on so much material.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's same with like the new Scream because so soon as it came out. At the end of the day, our cousin Ashley texted me, and she was like, "Yo, did you see the trailer?" I was like, yeah, how sick is that? And she goes, I didn't care for the last one. She goes, I just didn't like the changing guard, you know, where like they made it clear it's like Nev Campbell and all the OG character, like they killed off Dewey, the cop.
Yeah.
In the last one.
Oh, David Arquette.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
damn. Spoiler. Well, because you haven't seen it, so spoiler, but we should watch it after this. Dude, it's sick.
Sure.
It's good. But
Spoiler alert. The Giants aren't doing too well.
yeah, I don't think it's gonna happen. Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah, 5 minutes left. Yeah. Poor team. But
Dad and I watched the Jacksonville game. We thought it was going to be close, but they ran out of steam.
it's a very inexperienced team, so it's tough.
But Trevor Lawrence, he did good. Anyway, not to get off topic.
Yeah. But yeah. So people are like kind of upset by that, and like the last movie, it was kind of hard because they were trying to like, when you watch it, like you'll when we finishes, the first thing you'll say is be like, oh yeah, like they definitely kind of felt like they were running out of time, and like a lot of characters didn't get their shine because they're trying to like balance like, because I mean it's been 10 years when this last one came out. It's been 10 years since the last one came.
Yep.
And people weren't sure like, okay, where are you gonna go with this? Because there's a lot of big names in that last one. So it was
all the heavy hitters.
Yeah, it was the three OG people, but then like the new cast was a lot of like big names. Like Jenna Ortega is one of the main characters in the series now. But like, I mean, her name's huge now. But like, at least when it came out, like she was still a pretty big name for a young actress.
She's the one that's doing the Wednesday.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
That's why like. Her do that blowing up in other stuff she has, like I think is gonna change this series too. And then like some of the side characters who ended up dying were like pretty big name like characters and other things, like that's Netflix Suicide Show. I can't remember. I don't know. It was about like tapes or something. I can't remember the name. I don't know. Doesn't matter. But he was in it, and like he was a big name for it, so they had big names jump to it, and they were like, all right, well, like who's gonna so it was a lot of balancing act trying to build like for people to,
they're kind of like
new people.
The new people give them like a stepping stone.
Yeah, for like the new people, new audience for Scream to care about the old characters, but like the new ones enough to be like, no, I want to see more of them.
Yeah.
But also give respect to the like OG fans.
Right.
Because like me and Ashley, like we've been ride or die for this since 2000.
I know.
So like for us, like if you disappoint your original fan, like you're kicking the legs out, like you're done.
Yeah.
So they gave it enough respect, but like people were still like, all right, well, what are you gonna do? And then it was a lot of like feud off before the last one came out. It was coming out because Nev Campbell isn't on. Yeah. And it came out of like, oh, well, we have plans for the future. Like, there's a reason. And then she was like, they didn't offer me the money. They're not paying me the respect I deserve.
Good for her.
Yeah, so people are like, fuck this movie, fuck it. But like, I don't know.
But here's the thing. At the same time, though,
how much longer are you gonna keep her? Like,
well, not all. What is Nev Campbell doing nowadays?
Yeah,
you know, like
it is her. Yeah, that's her name,
and that's nothing against you, Nev.
Yeah,
but I haven't seen.
I couldn't name another thing she's in, and like I love her, but also like watching this, like Ashley's more on the side of like she even said she was like I was against this without Nev, and she's like now watching the trailer I'm more on board because I see like it's a lot more aggressive. It's like, I don't know, it just gives you what you want, and like the things from Scream they didn't have in the last one of like chase scenes and like like the dark eerie aspect of the ghost face.
That opening
they showed it, not like
the first
there were some killer shots.
It was the first shot that blew me away. So when they're in the convenience store and the guy pulls out the shotgun and he shoots it, and then all of a sudden he's gone.
Pops,
like, what the what?
Yeah.
Whoa, what's this?
Yeah. I think there's going to be a lot of like money shots.
Money shots.
Like the door, like when it did
not those kind of money shots. Yeah. Charlie friendly.
It will be. There will be when I'm watching them. There's going to be a lot of moaning in that theater. But when like the New York front door where it's like you can see through it, but it's like misty.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you can
like
see,
a frosted.
you
a
can
frosted
see
window,
the figure, and then it gets closer, and you see it's his mask.
Yeah.
That's a heavy shot. Like that's a sick shot. And then same when like meets Gale, I was like, I'm something entirely different.
I was gonna sit on this, but I'm gonna make the joke. Courtney Cox now is the Ghostface.
Or you just think she's too old for it now?
I mean, when I saw the opening shot of her, them introducing her back as a character, I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
You had some work done, huh?
Yeah, but
Nothing against you, but I don't know if we should. This is cut that.
they, I don't know. Well, they also brought back, from the last, not this last one, but when they tried to remake it last time in like 2011, one of the characters everyone loved, including like is my favorite character within the series now, and she was in one movie, is Kirby. And she had short blonde hair, and she was just like a movie buff, but like sassy and snarky. But it was so sick, and they, like she got stabbed by one of the killers, and then they like left. So you didn't know if she died or not. Like the implication was like, oh, she's dead.
They left.
But-
As in, you mean they like left the movie at that?
The shot, yeah. That's
how they
yeah.
shot
The
it.
ending shot was it remade the original one where like the first opener was that guy tied to the chair on the porch on the patio.
Yeah.
So they kind of did that. One of the killers was tied to the chair and she was inside on the phone having to answer questions. So when she's like, I got it fucking right, and went out to go like untie him, and she's untying him, and she's like, I did it, I got it right. As soon as she unties him, he stabs her because he's the killer. He's one of the
Okay.
killers.
I remember this now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
stabs her.
Yep.
She falls. The camera pans away from her on the ground.
Yep.
So he, Wes Craven, talked about it, and they were like, "What happened to Kirby?" Because everyone loved Kirby.
Yep.
He was like, "Is she dead or is she not?" And he goes, "We left it up for interpretation."
Like he's gonna say something.
Yeah. He was like, "You'll find out." He goes, "If we make."
You know what he says? He goes, "We're on to San Francisco."
Yeah. He's just like, I don't know yet. But like that was the whole thing. He's like, I don't know. We'll see. So everyone, like, no one knew if she was alive or not. And in the last one, they like left hints where you're like, hold on, wait, no way.
Yeah.
And then she got approved to be, she was going to be on it. I was like, let's fucking go. Yeah. And she was the blonde one, which I don't know. I wish they still had her haircut, but I get it. I wouldn't have the same haircut 10 years later. So
Different time.
yeah, but I am psyched. Looks sweet.
I mean, I assume you know which venue you want. Oh wow.
Jeez.
Wow.
Piling it on.
Garbage time, son.
Yeah.
Garbage time.
Oof.
I'm sure you have a specific venue in mind.
Yeah, we always go to Hooksett. Is that what you mean?
Like
where
we
I'm
talked
seeing
about
it.
this a while ago. After COVID, I feel like everybody was under the impression that they were going to shut. Oh no! They switched companies, right?
No. That was IMAX.
Cinemagic.
That was Cinemagic closed, and now it's open as like Apple something.
Okay.
We don't go there.
So there's a different one in Hooksett now.
There's still that,
Okay.
but
I'm talking. Well, which one do you? Which one do you?
Regal.
Okay.
There is a Regal in Hooksett.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So that's where we go.
It's good.
Yeah, I mean, it's luxury chairs. I mean, some of them are kind of beat up, but like it's also just like I have all these points that I don't use too with Regal. Like I have a rewards thing.
You just like it's,
but
like
it's
so close to your heart.
Yeah, it's about like I wore the badge, dude. I wore the name. So it's like,
Do you walk in there with your name tag?
no. Do you know what's embarrassing though? Is one time I've never brought it up. I've never said anything to anybody ever of working there, except one time. And one time we went, and it was a kid like doing popcorn, and he was like, clearly it was like a long night. And he's like, oh, fuck, or said something, and he was like, oh, my bad. And I was like, no, you're good, dude. I totally get it. He was like, and I was like, all right, this is my operator. Like, I'll bring it up. And I was like, no, I get it. Like, I used to work at the Concord Regal, so I totally get it.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I thought we were gonna have like a conversation. I'm like, no shit. Like, for real? Oh, that's crazy.
But he shut you right down.
Yeah,
didn't he?
yeah. He was just like, well, and just like, I was like, okay.
like,
And Maddie, yeah, and Maddie
tough
was like,
one, like-
yeah, Maddie, like, I think even verbally was like, ooh. And we walked away, and she goes,
I mean, if it was me, I would have been like, "Oh, yeah, really?"
Yeah.
Like, and I would have been like, "Hey,
Yeah.
thanks for,
Yeah.
thanks for sympathizing with me. Like, that's, But it's just like, oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
yeah, I was like, okay.
I mean, how old do you think this kid was?
He was a high schooler.
Yeah, so he's probably like what, 15, 16?
Yeah, 16. Yeah, 16,
Something
17.
like
Something
that.
yeah. But I was just like, oh, shit, okay. Because in my head, yeah, I was like, oh, shit. Like, if that was me, like, I would have dropped the walls a little bit and be like, oh, dude, like, there's nothing worse than, like, an opening night of something.
Yeah,
and, like,
yeah,
have a
yeah.
conversation with the guy. And instead, he was just like, yep. I was like, fuck. So then we walked away, and she was even like, oh, you thought you were going to get, like, a conversation about that, huh? I go, sure did. And I guess I didn't. I guess fuck me. So, yeah, obviously I didn't work at the Hooks It one, so I don't recognize anybody. But, like, even with the couple times we went
like
to
I said,
Concord.
I didn't even know that there was a Regal in Hooks It.
Yeah, yeah,
I just knew the Cinemagic.
yeah, yeah.
Or you said it's Apple now?
There's,
Like
there's an Apple there.
Apple's in like the Apple?
That's what it's called, yeah. I don't know. I think it's
No,
like...
no, I mean like Apple?
Yeah,
Apple?
yeah.
Okay.
But I think, I mean, obviously no correlation, but I think it's also like, I think it's a longer name. But I haven't gone there. I would like to. Because when it was Cinemagic, I think that's where I would go more, actually.
I mean, it was dope.
But,
It was a sweet,
no,
it
I
was a
did.
sweet joint.
Yes, but actually at work this week we were talking about it too, because we were talking about movies, and I was like, no, like, because someone said, do you go to the movies or do you and I was like, no, like, I don't, even if it's on streaming, like, I'll go to the theater and watch it. Like, I just like the environment better. I'm more engulfed in it. Like, I love the escape of 2 hours into this. And if, like, you're with other people, like, it's a community, like, you're all invested into the same thing.
Yeah.
Where, like, if you're watching it at home, like, you can pause it, you have distractions,
Yeah.
where the movie, like, it's commitment, you can't leave, and, like, you have to go to the bathroom so bad, but you can't. Like, there is no pausing. Like, you have to, it's a fight.
Like, you have to like, pick, if you really have to go, you have to, like, pick your spot.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I think this is a lull.
Yeah.
I can step out real quick and I won't miss anything.
Yeah, you're in war.
Yeah.
You're like, this is war. You gotta fight through something for the love and the enjoyment.
Speaking of not fighting.
Yeah.
But no, I know exactly what you mean, and it's I feel bad. Well, I mean, I don't feel bad. I feel bad for myself because it's been such a long time since I've been to a theater.
Well, it's also just like so expensive too.
I mean, the experience is.
Yeah.
Especially
a good movie.
I mean, well, how expensive is it now? Because it used to be like what, $20 a ticket or something. Is it more? Is it like way more than that now?
I have the app. I can tell you. We can pretend to get a movie. Let's go 7:00 showing. We'll go 2 tickets. 2 tickets, $37.20.
Oh, that's not bad.
$18 a ticket.
No, that's.
It's not terrible, but it's so that was real D. Sorry too. Hold on. That was 3D. Sorry.
Oh.
Okay, $14.60 per ticket.
Yeah, that's nothing.
Yeah, it's not bad. But what I was the conversation is like movie theaters are kind of dying, and I was like, I had this thought process the other night. I was like, I know the way to save it, and if I had money, I'd open up my own theater, and I would slay. I would bring it back. I'd bring back the movie industry off of one simple thought, and Cinemagic already kind of did it, but
I'm listening.
You serve alcohol. But hold on. You have a bar. So, like, Cinemagic did it, where they said, oh, like, you can get a beer, or like Smitty's is like, oh, we'll bring you a beer, we'll bring you dinner.
Yeah.
Take out a theater, or like how some of them have arcades and stuff. Bail on that. Make it like, you can get lunch and all that, and a actual bar, so like people can sit there and like watch the game too on like a nice big TV like Buffalo Wild Wings. So if you're going to see a movie, you're not showing up 20 minutes before the movie. You can show up an hour before, have some drinks, hang out, or you don't even have to go to the movies. Go there, sit down, get a drink, get popcorn. So you don't have to go to like your local bar and be like a bar guy. You get to like chill at the bar, and then if you're like, oh shit, you know what, let's go see this movie, and motherfuckers are gonna come to the same movie multiple times because they're gonna drink too much accidentally and forget the movie.
I have the first flaw that comes to mind for me is if you have people pre-gaming long before the movie, there's going to be people getting up and down, pissing throughout the movie,
Yeah.
and it's going to piss
And-
off. It's going to piss everybody else off.
Well,
that
that's
showed
why.
up sober.
That's why you also have like
what are you gonna have,
arena,
like, what are you gonna
arena
have, like,
seating.
the sober people stay down here, and you have the
No,
drunk
no,
people
no.
up
That's why
there.
you have arena seating too.
That's
so it's
what I'm getting at.
elevated, so no one's ever in your eye view, but also
Well,
it's
no, I mean theaters do have technical arena.
yeah.
because they
But-
go up like that.
Yeah, but like you don't get that. That's why it's annoying. Is like you don't get that much height. You get actual height.
Oh, if you get like
And-
if you get like 6'7" Kevin in front of you, and you
Yeah,
don't see
yeah,
shit.
yeah. But also, I think what you do too is you do 1 or 2 theaters. Again, this has to be a decently big location for this. But you have 1 to 2 like random movies. You pay like the other guys.
Okay.
The Will Ferrell
Yeah.
cop, where like people watch that and they want to yell out, be like, "I'm a peacock! You gotta let me!" Especially when you're a couple drinks in, and that's why you also identify. This is the talking movie. Like there's some, if you want to be that, because like that is the problem. If you have people drink and they want to like chirp at a movie and be like, because I just heard this on like a podcast I was listening to, is a bunch of these comedians would all used to buy up a bunch of random tickets to a random movie, all sit different spots and just randomly attack the movie.
Okay.
So like people who are in there like just watching it, they'd be like,
So
that couldn't happen.
Yeah, what you're saying there,
You couldn't
like,
do that.
They all went in as a group and just like strategically placed themselves.
Yeah, and then just like
and then
roasted the
and then
movie.
just fucked around.
Yeah, where some people like obviously don't want that. They want to be engulfed. But some people like love that environment where like there's some of those movies where like people dress up and do props and stuff. Like that's what people like because they like the interactive of it.
Yeah.
You do that, but also have it for shit talk. So like if you want to be able to like be in like a bar kind of vibe of like it's on and you want to be able to like, I'm a peacock, Captain, you gotta let me fly. You know, like that's the room you were in. You choose that labeled, like this is the like vocal. So I'm just thinking about this.
So it's
this aspect I'm
this is
just
like,
realizing.
It's like having a smoking section and a non-smoking
yes,
section.
yes.
Like
yeah.
you're gonna have your Wild
Do-
West Twitter and
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
PC Twitter.
Yeah, this is the we're gonna talk some shit move where like, and you don't have to worry. We're like, if you're in some movies, like some people bring their kids.
Yeah.
This is
You're not bringing your kids to the.
if you bring your kids in here, this is your fault if someone says something crazy. That's your fault. This is what this area is for. And then you still do, because people are like now renting out theaters because it's not that expensive. So people like will play a video game or choose to watch something.
No, that's
Which is sick.
I know somebody that did that.
It is
for
sweet.
for a birthday thing, and
It is sick.
it really isn't that.
No, it's
expensive
not at all.
Yeah.
But so you still do that too. You have one where like people can come and do that.
Yeah.
I think this would change the game, because then you also don't just get like, because you also then get not just teenage kids like having to scoop popcorn. You have actual bartenders, which like does open it up to other problems where like more financial things you have to do with like liquor and all that. But
Oh yeah.
but that also goes like, oh shit, yeah, like yeah, I want to go there. Like, oh, the bartenders are sick here.
Is that him?
No.
Is he? What?
So Maddie just found this. She got this walking pad. So it's like a very small treadmill that you walk on, and it goes pretty high though. But so it's like exercise.
No.
Yeah.
I'm following what you mean. How big is this thing? Is it like the size of this coffee table?
Yeah, but it's heavy too. So, but it folds.
But
It folds in
like
half.
Kind of like
yeah.
one of those. I don't know what the thing's called that you can go to the gym where it's not like a treadmill, but you put your weight on it and you just like kind of use your momentum.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what that thing's
But
called?
it.
You know
I know what you mean. Yeah, where it's like.
No, not the
Oh.
elliptical. I'll have to.
Yeah, but either way,
Show me a picture of this thing.
I don't have a picture of it.
Oh well, anyway.
But so she just sent me this. So she was trying to. She had it the last few days, but she's trying to figure out a place to put it because it is big and it's heavy. So we want it somewhere where she doesn't have to like super drag it everywhere. So we're trying to figure out like maybe you can go into the bed, but it's kind of too tall. She's like, well, I'll clean out the bed anyway, and she just sent me a picture of a plate. She goes, just found this way under our bed. We don't even have these plates anymore. And it's a peanut butter and fluff part of a sandwich.
Oh my god, I remember those plates.
Yeah. So it's like it's not that was under our bed, I guess, just chilling for who knows how long.
Science project?
Yeah. But I mean, it didn't mold or anything, which is weird. But I don't know the last time we had peanut butter and fluff or used those plates. That's jarring.
Yikes.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm surprised Mr. Ghostman is he's dogging us.
I know, just
Champ.
text him, but whatever.
I mean,
Yeah, whatever.
whatever.
Yeah, but
Oh, so speaking of horror movies, I was going to bring this up. So you're familiar with Jeepers Creepers, right?
yeah.
I don't know if you checked this out. There was a recent one that I stumbled upon. It's the newest one, and I stumbled upon it on Amazon Prime maybe like a month or so ago. And I was like, oh, holy, look, there's another Jeepers Creepers movie out. Like, let's go.
Yeah.
And I rented it, and it
It's
was
very
the
bad.
worst. The worst. The worst. It
Yeah.
was the worst. I was like,
They-
that's the biggest waste of however much it was. It was probably like
There's-
$10. Like I rented this for $10 fucking.
Yeah.
Like, I wanted to call Amazon and be like, yo, give me my money back. That's
Yeah.
nonsense.
Oh, is that what was on her car? Because we came home and I saw like some digger or something on her hood.
Oh, yeah, that's
And I was like,
it's from the
yeah. So when I went in their room, I was like, what the fuck is this? I was like, this is on your hood. And then Dad grilled her. He was like, what were you doing? And like was like, see, I told you. And then, oh, I guess maybe I did know she tried. Because I guess I didn't. Because he was just like, oh, it's a piece of the snowblower. And I was just like, all right.
No, we
Tried,
she was
yeah.
feeling industrious when I got here this morning, and we knocked out quite a bit of snow. But anyway,
I'm so toxic anytime anytime I shovel. Because, like, I mean, me and another guy at work do all the snow removal. He's with sales and I'm for service. And, like, me and him were talking about just the other day because we got all this snow.
did you want to roll with this?
Yeah, that's fine.
I mean, my microphone's all the way over here.
Yeah, that's right.
It's up to you.
Yeah.
If you wanted
He's
if you wanted to roll back into the horror thing.
no, it's all right. He So when it snowed, me and him were just like looking at it, and people across the street.
You have to shovel.
No. Well, I do shovel some things, but it's also like so I can just beat it myself. I put on headphones, and I just like I do snow. We like kind of move and orchestrate things so the two techs who plow can plow.
Right.
So it's really like just the four of us that do it. But anytime like it's a big storm and people like get involved, it always like the more hands it becomes more complicated. And everyone
Yeah.
like has an input, but it's people who don't do it, you know? So it's like it's annoying. Where like some of the upper people like all apparently had like a meeting the other day about how to go about it. And we were like me and him looked at like we're talking about it in the shower and we're like, dude, what the fuck? Like people who don't do this every year have an opinion on how we do it. And it always
So they're
becomes more
like
complicated.
micromanaging how. You
Not even
guys-
is like they just are like this is gonna happen, like let's do this, and we're like just leave it alone. And it was like a thing where it was gonna snow all day, so like we were looking across the street and they're like trying to move stuff at like 9 a.m. and we're like just leave it. You're gonna move something to have to move it 3 more times
Just
to
wait
do the
till-
same thing.
Just wait till it's done.
So everyone just like tries to make things way too complicated. But yeah, so my whole point was so anytime I come home and I have to like shovel because no one does it, which is fine. Like I do love.
You know, before you go on, I hear different stories from everybody about who does the snow here. I hear.
Are you-
I hear different stories from Dad. I hear different stories from Mom. I hear different stories from Cam.
That's
from you.
insane. No one else does it. I am dead serious.
I hear so many. It's the same thing with
Dad.
the lawn.
Actually,
No,
Dad
it's
snow
the same,
blows.
It's the same thing with the lawn. Same thing with the lawn.
I don't do the lawn anymore. I refuse. I said I've done it. I've always been the one since you moved out, which was a very long time ago, from Lower Ridge. I've always been the one to have to do the lawn and plow and all, shovel and all that, which is whatever. It's fine. But now, like, I will not do the lawn. I did it a couple times the last 2 years, but I'm not doing it.
Now you get the riding lawnmower. Like, what's?
I've never used it.
They're fun.
But that's the other thing is I like the grind mentality of it. But that's the other issue is like when I do have to shovel, I don't want help. Don't fucking come out and help. Because I'm already in the red. Like I'm listening to music, I'm in the red and just complaining to myself of like, I'm the one to do this. So anytime I'm like half or quarter way there, someone comes out and wants to help. I go, no. You're not coming out and getting credit for this.
Yeah.
I've already started. You're not getting credit.
Fuck
You're not
off.
getting credit for doing 1/3.
Yeah. I'm with you.
And that's my mentality anytime. But at the same time, even if and then I complain I don't get help, but if I do get help, then right away I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I want to do it myself. Yeah. Because then it's also like satisfaction of like, you see this shit?
I'm gonna oil this thing.
I was like, this shit's me. So.
Funny, I think I've told you this story before.
Mm-hmm.
So, back in the Lower Ridge days when, before you took over the driveway shoveling duties, there was a couple of times where I'd be out there just like shoveling, and it'd be like one of those like heavy wet snow where it's like between 8 or 10 inches, and I'm just like.
Yeah, it just
and
packs
get,
your back
through,
kills.
and I'm just like 3/4 of the way through, and I'm like just to the end of the driveway, and I'm like, fuck, like, oh my god, I'm so dead. And then there was a guy with a plow who like was driving by and saw that I was just like I mean back then, I mean I was a little kid. He's just like he's like slows down,
stopped,
and he's just like oh, you only got that little bit, and he just stops, drops his plow, pushes it. It was only like 15 feet, and I was like, I looked at him, I was like, you are fucking the best.
Yeah.
And he's like, gotcha,
6 seconds of a plow is like a half hour of work.
Exactly.
When we were on Lower Ridge,
it was like a godsend. I was like, who are you? Give me your.
When we were like really young, and it was like me and Rachel and Cam, like it was day off, like no school, and we had to shovel. And me and Rachel made the executive decision. Cameron was so young, so it was like he couldn't move that much snow. So we ripped cardboard and said, "Plow ? Please help." So we just sat. Super dumb actually when you think about it, because he's next to the road, and just held the sign, and we were like, that's your job. So me and Rachel would like shovel, and I think like we had argued about something real quick, so I'm like, all right, fuck you, I'm gonna go get some water.
How old were you guys this time?
We were elementary school still, because it was Lower Ridge.
Oh boy.
So I mean Cameron was pretty young, not like a baby, but he was old.
Not a baby.
But so I was like, all right, I'm gonna go get
that's fucking hilarious though.
It's very funny.
Hold this cardboard
yeah,
sign.
that's his
Stand by
duty.
the road.
Your job is to maybe get us help. That's your duty. So I went inside to get water, and I come out the door, and there's a dude plowing half the lawn, and Cameron's like hyped, and Rachel's like, he just stopped, and I was like, no fucking way. And I go, make sure he doesn't leave. Make sure he doesn't leave. And like I was a kid, but I had like a couple bucks. So I was like, I'm going to give him a couple bucks. I go like...
In nickels?
No. And like I had like a 5 and maybe like 2 ones.
I'm kidding.
Yeah,
I'm kidding.
But I was just like, I was like, no, he could be making money right now. And I'm like, he's doing this. Like, let's be that guy. So I'm like, make sure he doesn't leave. So I run up and I'm like trying to find where I put it. Because like you're a kid. So you're like... Is this a $5? I gotta put it in my sock, wrap it in this shirt, and then put it at the bottom of this hamper, and then put that in a bucket. You know, like you have to hide your money, like you're like someone's like gonna Ocean 11 you.
Yeah.
So like I finally found it, and I run out, and he had like just left, and I then remember being like, I remember it ate at me a little bit because I was like, fuck, he thinks we're just freeloaders. It hit me a little bit, but I remember that being like. That must have been that's the sickest feeling for a plow guy. Just to be like, oh, these kids are about to think I'm their fucking hero.
Yeah.
Because it really lights you up to be like, let's go! My afternoon's free! But he's on his way, so I mean, I guess we can stop, and when he gets here, we'll roll another one. So.
Did he say where he was?
No, he just said he was on his way. He said he'd be like 10, 15 minutes.
Okay. Yeah, we can take a pause.
Yeah. up.
You can take a powder.
Yep. All right.
All right.
Yep.
We'll be back,
Yep.
kids.